We're clashing with Eurovision.
Oh yeah, that's gonna. Well, now everyone can hear us. But hello and welcome to the grand final of the Carnation League, which is the last entry in the 2020-2021 season of Mimi as well. Before we roll back into the future with Midsummer League 2, which starts at the beginning of September. No, not September. June. That's the next month. You can find details in the chat below. But before that, I've got the Carnation League final to play. In seat 1, we have returning finalist Tejas Rajay. In seat 2, we've got first-time finalists but long-time contestant Jason Hess. Seat 3, some guy called Evan Lynch. Don't think he's been in one of these before. And seat 4, Pat Gibson, who's made back-to-back finals. So, familiar faces all around. I'm sure everyone's at least had one or two games spread for them by Jason. I think he's high up our reader board, so thanks for that. Shots live. Okay. So if you want to do a brief introduction, just where you're based, if you've got a favorite quad or least favorite quad of the season, and then we can get rid. I'm starting with Tejas.
Sure. Yeah. My name's Tejas. I live in Chicago. Favorite quad. I don't know. There's a lot of quads, but
that's fine. My favorite quad. They're all great. They're all your favorite.
Yes.
All right. Seat 2.
My name's Jason Hess. I'm based in Austin, Texas, USA. The quads all feel like a blur to me. I'm still hunting for a musketeer after many seasons, so I don't have any one favorite. But
in seat 3.
I'm Evan. I'm a chemistry PhD student from Didcot at the moment, and I don't know about favorite quads. I like the Plane Crashers quad, but that sounds morbid. So like maybe some. Was there the Katie Melua science?
Oh yes, Katie Melua's science of the age of the universe, according to Katie Melua.
That was quite good.
Right. And in seat 4.
Hi, I'm Pat Gibson. I'm based in Wigan, and assuming I haven't got my series mixed up, I enjoy the Urban Elevators quad.
Yes, that was my highlight. I felt that one was
well done.
That got a lack of praise. Especially my low light of the season was that no one laughed whenever I read the Santiago question, pointing out that most of the urban elevators of Santiago are in fact funiculars. But so just one last thing before we get going with the game is just want to shout out everyone who's played another successful season. If you enjoyed it, you can sign up for Midsummer League. The link is below. If you want to play some quiz ball, Dowd and I and some contestants in Mid as well are starting a company called QB League, which will have weekly quiz ball tournaments. There's links for that below. I want to thank everyone who read, everyone who play tested the final, and everyone who wrote or edited questions. That's myself, Dowd Jackson, George Charlson, and Camilla Chen. So with that, I think we've covered everything. All players' setups are good. So ready for round 1. Question 1, which goes to Tejas. Question 1. Matthew Rhys plays the title PI of what 2020 HBO series? About a character created by Earl Stanley Gardner. The original run of this show aired in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Matlock.
Wrong. Jason?
Perry Mason.
Correct. Perry Mason. Question 2 for Tejas. What is the only discipline in Paralympic powerlifting? This lift involves lying on a flat surface and pushing a barbell away from one's chest.
Bench press.
Correct. So it'd be too easy if we said it was a bicep exercise. Throwback. Season and question 3. Bodily dryness is the primary symptom of which autoimmune disease? In 2011, Venus Williams was diagnosed with this poorly understood condition, which is named for a Swedish ophthalmologist?
Hess.
Evan?
Sjogren's syndrome.
Correct. Sjogren's syndrome. S-J-O with amounts, G-R-E-N. Sjogren. Question 1 for Jason. What boxer told Congress that, in order to please the mafia, he threw a fight with Billy Fox? Nicknamed the Bronx Bull, this boxer fought a legendary series of 6 bouts with Sugar Ray Robinson.
Dempsey.
Wrong. Pat?
Jake LaMotta.
Correct. Jake LaMotta, who quit. He spent so much time with sugar that he had contracted diabetes. Question 2 for Jason. What are the first 2 words of the Guru Granth Sahib? This statement is usually translated as, "There is one God."
Adi Granth.
Wrong. Tejas?
Ik Onkar.
Correct. Ik Onkar. And question 3 for Jason. What author wrote about the orphan Alina Starkov in the novel Shadow and Bone? It is the first entry in this author's Grisha trilogy.
Ferrante.
Wrong. Evan?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
Tejas?
Hess.
It is Lee Bardugo. See, we're lacking the group hip with the youth there. Question 1 for Evan. In the late 1400s, Sunny Ali established what kingdom of Western Africa? This empire dwindled in power after their defeat at the Battle of Tondibi.
Songhai.
Correct, the Songhai Empire. Question 2 for Evan. A green layer of marzipan surrounds a curacao-flavoured ganache in Kuzan, the specialty sweet of what French city? Eugénie Brazier became the first person awarded 6 Michelin stars for her restaurants in this city, the home of the Fête des Lumières.
How do you spell the name of the sweet?
Like English cousin, but with 2 S's. Coussin.
Okay.
10 seconds. Answer,
Marseille.
please. Wrong. Pat?
Leo.
Correct. Lyon. Fête Lumière celebrates the Lumiere brothers. And question 3 for Evan. Peninsula is the 2020 sequel to what hit South Korean action film directed by Yeon Sang-ho? This film concerns a group fleeing from Seoul to escape a zombie apocalypse.
To Busan.
Could you repeat?
Train to Busan.
Correct, yes. Train just cut out, but that is correct. Train to Busan. And question 1 for Pat. Which US newspaper has won 26 Pulitzer Prizes, perhaps most famously for its 2003 expose of child abuse in the Catholic Church?
Boston Sun.
Wrong. Tejas?
Boston Herald.
Wrong. Jason?
Boston Globe.
Correct. The Boston Globe. Question 2 for Pat. The label Fania formed an all-star salsa supergroup to showcase its performers. Which member of the group the Queen of Salsa, released the song Kimbara with Fania, but left the label before releasing her biggest hit, La Vida es un Carnaval?
Cruz.
Correct. Celia Cruz is the Queen of Salsa. And question 3 to close round 1 for Pat. The Italo disco producer Giancarlo Bigazzi wrote the songs Gloria and Self-Control, 2 of the biggest hits for which American singer?
Brannigan.
Correct, Laura Branigan. So after round 1, Pat with 4 points and 2 bonus attempts, Evan with 3 and 1, Tejas and Jason both with 2 points and 2 bonus attempts. Round 2, question 1 for Tejas. Which ancient Greek lyric poet from Chios is best known for his epitaphs? To commemorate the soldiers who died at Thermopylae, this author wrote, "Tell them in Lacedaemon, passer-by, that here, obedient to their word, we lie."
Maimonides?
Correct. Simonides of Chaos. Question 2 for Tejas. Who lost the controversial long count bout with Gene Tunney? Nicknamed the Manasseh Mauler, this boxer beat Luis Angel Firpo in a 1923 match.
Dempsey?
Correct. Memorialized in Dempsey and Firpo, the George Bellows painting. And question 3 for Tejas. What French city is known for its violet-flavoured candies, which are often dissolved in champagne? Home to the Convent of the Jacobins, a landmark of southern French Gothicism, this city was once linked to Paris by the express train called Le Capitole.
Toulouse?
Correct. Toulouse, Paris Le Capitole train. Question 1 for Jason. The Haynes Manual is a guidebook for the maintenance of what products? Kelly publishes an iconic blue book that lists standard prices for these things.
Automobiles.
Correct. All cars, etc. Question 2. Elizabeth Gillies plays Fallon, the heiress of an Atlanta business, in what 2017 soap opera? This show is a revival of an 80s soap opera about the Carrington family of Denver.
Dynasty.
Correct. And question 3. Park Chan-wook transposed the novel by Sarah Waters to Japan-occupied Korea for which 2016 film? In this erotic thriller, the mysterious Count Fujiwara encourages a pickpocket to work for the wealthy Lady Hideko.
Pass.
Evan?
The Handmaiden.
Correct, it is The Handmaiden, retelling of The Fingersmith. And question 1 now for Evan. In addition to coining the word scientist, William Whewell introduced the term uniformitarianism to describe the theories of what geologist? This Scottish naturalist set out his ideas in the 1830 book Principles of Geology.
Houghton.
Incorrect. Pat?
Lyle.
Correct. Charles Lyell. Question 2 for Evan. Which US newspaper has won 25 Pulitzer Prizes, one of which was for a 1975 report on world famine, written by William Mullen? This newspaper inaccurately called the 1948 US presidential election, printing the headline, "Dewey defeats Truman."
Chicago Daily Tribune.
Wrong? Tejas?
Chicago Tribune?
Correct. I've not heard it called that. I don't know if that's the alternative name, so I haven't considered.
I thought it was called that. In the,
It's-
at least in the Dewey era.
Yeah, I'm just going to check. Tejas is the one who lives in Chicago.
It's called the Tribune now, so.
Yeah, I know. That's all I've grown up with.
Yeah.
I cannot comment on the Dewey era.
Yeah, I'm going to mark it incorrect, because it's, now, and we can come back to it. Question 3 for Evan. In a sport contested at several early Paralympic Games, a bow is used to shoot arrows at a target derived from what other accuracy sport? Although this sport is more typically associated with Britain, Dutchmen like Van Barneveld and Van Gerwen have been world champions in it.
Thoughts?
Correct. Sport being archery. Question 1 for Pat. Arterial spasms cause whiteness of the knuckles in what syndrome? Common in people who work with power tools. Sometimes a complication from autoimmune conditions, this disease is named for a French physician.
Raynaud's?
Correct. Raynaud's syndrome, Raynaud's phenomenon, etc. All acceptable. Question. Okay, I'm being told by my co-editors that the points are going to Evan for Daily Tribune, so I'm just going to fix that. So let's go there, and then Evan got that, so package that. This is the co-editors. It was at the time of the Dewey headline, it was the Chicago Daily Tribune, and so the points, just going to fix that.
Good knowledge.
Yeah. So we're all up to date. Thank you, George Charlson, for the sharp eye. Question 2 for Pat. The first of the 3 pillars of Sikhism is Nam Japo, the remembrance of the name of God. Translating as Wondrous Lord, what is the most common name used by Sikhs to refer to God?
Hmm.
Ten seconds.
Ahura Mazda.
Wrong. Tejas?
Waheguru.
Correct. Waheguru. And final question of the round for Pat. What novelist told the story of a supercontinent called The Stillness in a trilogy that concluded with the book The Stone Sky? This author's Inheritance trilogy follows the character Yane in the aftermath of her mother's murder.
Paulini?
Incorrect. Jason?
N.K. Jemisin?
Correct. Jefferson. Paulini wrote a different Inheritance trilogy. I think that's generally known as the Inheritance Cycle.
It's a tetralogy.
Yeah, so yes, N.K. Jemisin is correct, best known for the Broken Earth trilogy, which netted her several prizes. So things remain tight going to round 3. 3-way tie on 6 points. Jason just behind on 5, and everyone with 3 bonus attempts, except Evan, who has 2. Round 3, question 1 for Tejas. Which newspaper has won 69 Pulitzer Prizes? This paper's most notable win resulted from Woodward and Bernstein breaking the Watergate scandal.
Washington Post.
Correct. Question 2. What is the surname of the German author Karl, who founded an eponymous firm for publishing travel guidebooks in the 1830s?
Baedeker.
Correct, Karl Baedeker. And question 3. Now in territory controlled by Azawad rebels, what city was the capital of the Songhai Empire? The Tariq al-Sudan includes a section describing the Moroccan invasion of this city, during which many Songhai people fled and drowned.
Gao.
Correct, Gal. So possibly the first Queen Sweep on own questions so far. No, Tejas had one.
I had one in the
Yes, Tejas had one.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
2 in a row. 2 in a row.
2 in a row. All right, keep it up. Question 1 for Jason. Which member of the Fania All-Stars worked closely with Willie Colon on the album Siembra, which featured the hit Pedro Navaja? This Panamanian superstar has since become a prominent actor, garnering 3 Emmy nominations.
I really don't know. Sanchez.
Wrong. Evan?
Blades.
Correct. Ruben Blades. Question 2 for Jason. What lyric poet, who worked primarily in the Ionic dialect, was brought to Athens after the death of his patron, Polycrates of Samos? In reference to this poet, Abraham Cowley coined the name of a genre of short poems dedicated to love and wine.
Hesiod.
Wrong. Evan?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
Tejas?
Hess.
This is Anacreon. The verse form is Anacreontics. And question 3 for Jason. Usually treated by removal of the thymus, what disease is characterized by muscular weakness and drooping of the eyelids? This autoimmune disease is caused by the destruction of nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. Ten seconds.
I'll throw out a terrible guess of Graves.
Incorrect. Evan?
Myasthenia gravis.
Correct. Myasthenia gravis causes drooping eyelids. And question 1 now for Evan. Jay Hernandez plays the title Navy SEAL turned detective in the 2018 revival of what TV series? The original run of this 80s crime drama starred Tom Selleck as the title character, an employee of the unseen author Robin Masters.
Magnum.
Incorrect. Pat?
Magnum PI.
Correct. That's the name of the TV show. Question 2 for Evan. What sword names the symbol of the Sikh faith that is found on the Nishan Sahib banner? Attaining its modern form in the 20th century, the symbol combines this namesake sword with a chakra and 2 crossed kirpans.
Repeat, please.
Yeah. What sword names the symbol of the Sikh faith that is found on the Nishan Sahib banner? Attaining its modern form in the early 20th century, the symbol combines this namesake sword with a chakra and 2 crossed kirpans.
Pass.
Tejas?
Hess.
Jason? Pat?
Pass.
That is the Khanda sword, or Khanda symbol. And question 3 for Evan. Which American singer-songwriter wrote the Laura Branigan hit, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? This man released his own version of the song in 1988, a few years before he had a hit with Said I Love You, But I Lied.
Pass.
Tejas?
Hess.
Jason?
Bolton?
Correct. Michael Bolton, better known for work on Jack Sparrow. And question 1 for Pat. Bêtises are the specialty candy of what French city, situated on the river Scheldt? The church of Saint-Géry is located on the Place François Fenelon in this city, which also names a woven fabric.
Could I have that again, please?
Yeah. Bêtises are the specialty candy of which French city, situated on the river Scheldt? The church of Saint-Géry is located on the Place François Fenelon in this city, which also names a woven fabric.
Tool?
Wrong. Tejas?
Hess.
Jason?
Neem?
Wrong. Evan?
Pass.
That is Cambrai, which names cambric or chambray, similar to denim. So, question 2 for Pat. Which French naturalist published the 1816 work La Reine Animale, in which he established the idea of species extinction. This pioneer of stratigraphy named the Pterodactylus.
Cuvier.
Correct, Georges Cuvier. And final question of the round. Diceo Pinto, who died at the age of 39, was the record medal winner in what Paralympic sport? Similar to bowls and pétanque, in this sport, athletes attempt to throw leather balls as close as possible to a white target.
Boccia.
Correct. So going into round 4, Tejas and Pat on 9. Pat with 4 bonus attempts, Tejas 3. Evan with 8 points and 4 bonus attempts, Jason with 6 and 5. Is anyone still in with a shot to win? And we've got round 4. Question 1 for Tejas. Later covered by Santana, the original version of Oye Como Va was by which Puerto Rican member of the Fania All-Stars? This king of Mambo had a cameo in the Who Shot Mr. Burns episodes of The Simpsons.
Pass.
Evan?
Us.
Pat?
Pass.
Jason?
Pass.
That is Tito Puente.
Puente.
Yeah, that's
Question 2 for Tejas. What college roommate of Ken Jennings concluded the first trilogy in his Mistborn series with the novel The Hero of Ages? In his Laws of Magic, this very productive author advises writers to err on the side of what's awesome.
pass.
Evan?
Us.
Pat?
Pass.
Pass.
Jason? Oh, that is Brandon Sanderson. And question 3 for Tejas. Which German naturalist and promoter of Darwinism produced the book of Prince, Kunstformen der Natur? This pioneer of the idea that ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny coined the terms ecology and phylum.
Pass.
Evan?
Us.
Pat?
Pass.
Jason?
Pass.
That is Ernst Haeckel. Ernst Haeckel. Question 2 for Jason.
Question 1.
Sorry, yes, question 1. Yes, player 2, question 1. Thank you. Visually impaired athletes compete in what ball sport at the Paralympics? This sport, which is played on a volleyball court, involves scoring points by throwing a ball that contains bells.
Newton.
Wrong. Tejas?
Pass.
Evan?
Goal ball.
Correct. Goal ball. Question 2 for Jason. After conquering the Songhai capital of Gao, Judar Pasha proceeded to capture Timbuktu and what other major city in the region? This city is home to a distinctive Great Mosque built from adobe.
Degen.
Correct.
However you say
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I think Dejena or Jenna, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the correct city. And question 3 for Jason. The Laura Branigan song Deep in the Dark was a cover of Der Kommissar, a hit for which European pop star? This man was the first German language artist with a Billboard #1.
Falco.
Correct. Falco or Hans Hölzel. Yes, Falco almost universally. Question 1 for Evan. Muhammad Ali's Phantom Punch knocked down which boxer? Nicknamed the Big Bear, This man was the inaugural WBC heavyweight champion. Ten seconds.
Burbick.
Wrong. Tejas?
Liston.
Correct. Sonny Liston. Question 2 for Evan. Ramesses II may have suffered from which autoimmune condition? The HLA-B27 antigen is found in most people who have this condition, which causes inflammation, curvature, and in some cases fusion of the spine.
Scoliosis.
Incorrect. Pat?
Hippophile syndrome?
Incorrect. Tejas?
Pass.
Pass.
It is ankylosing spondylitis. And question 3 for Evan. Along with Sappho, who may have been his lover, and Anacreon, who is the third of the monadists among the 9 lyric poets. This author's namesake stanza consists of 2 lines of 11 syllables, a line of 9 syllables, and a final line of 10 syllables. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Tejas?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
Jason?
No, I better not. Pass.
Okay, it is Alcaeus, the namesake of the Alcaic stanza. So there's only 9 lyric poets who've got that. Question 1 for Pat. Jong-soo looks after Hae Mi's cat when she travels to Nairobi in what 2018 South Korean thriller? Directed by Lee Chang-dong, this film was based on a short story by Haruki Murakami.
Wind Up Bird Chronicle?
Incorrect. Tejas?
Burning.
Correct. Burning. Question 2 for Pat. With Magnum PI and Hawaii 5.0, what 2016 TV show is the 3rd program in the Lenkov verse? The original 80s program of the same name starred Richard Dean Anderson as a secret agent with a knack for making tools with minimal resources.
MacGyver.
Correct, MacGyver. And final question of the round. When Barnes and Noble acquired SparkNotes, they ceased to stock titles by which main competitor in the realm of study guides? This company, which publishes books with yellow and black covers, was founded by Mr. Hillegas of Nebraska.
Dummies Guides?
Wrong. Tejas?
Cliff's Notes.
Correct. Clifton Hillegas, Cliff's Notes. So going into the final round, Tejas on 12 with 6 bonus attempts, Pat with 10 and 5, Evan 9 and 5, Jason 8 and 5. Still plenty to play for, with 12 questions of regular play remaining. Round 5, question 1 for Tejas. Meaning truth is endless Which common Sikh greeting is an invocation of Waheguru? In a war chant written by Guru Gobind Singh, this 3-word phrase follows Bole So Nihal.
Pass.
Jason?
You will not be surprised that I am passing also.
Evan?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
It is Sat Sri Akal. Question 2 for Tejas. What word appears in the titles of 2 Park Chan-wook films? One concerns a deaf-mute man who is swindled out of his kidney, while the other is about a woman framed for the murder of a 6-year-old boy. This word also names the thematic trilogy that includes those films and Old Boy.
Vengeance.
Correct. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Lady Vengeance and the Vengeance trilogy. And question 3 for Tejas. Laura Branigan covered the song Forever Young by what German band? Named for a Godard film, this band had a hit with the song Big in Japan. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Jason?
Alphaville.
Correct. Alphaville. Alphaville are big in Japan. And question 1 for Jason. Which Swiss-born opponent of Charles Darwin studied the extinct fishes of Europe under Georges Cuvier? One of the first prominent scientists to posit ice ages, this man founded Harvard's Museum of Comparative Zoology.
Pass.
Evan? Pat?
Agassiz.
Correct. Louis Agassiz. Question 2 for Jason. The diamond-shaped calisson is a traditional sweet from which French city? This city of 1,000 fountains is home to the tree-lined Cour Marabout, as well as the studio of Paul Cézanne.
Marseille.
Incorrect. Evan?
Yeah, Aix-en-Provence.
Correct, yeah. That's pronounced Aix-en-Provence, but it's clearly thinking of the right thing, yeah. Aix-en-Provence is where Calisson are from. And question 3 for Jason. Which newspaper has won 41 Pulitzer Prizes, including those earned for reporting on the 1965 Watts riots and a 2016 mass shooting in San Bernardino?
LA Times? Los
Correct.
Angeles Times? Yeah.
Correct. La Times. LA Times, yes. And question 1 for Evan. All players have 6 bonus attempts to this stage, so it's back to seat order to determine the bonus order. So question 1 for Evan. Written by Ruben Blades, El Cantante is the most famous hit for which of the Fania All-Stars? Mi Gente and El Dia de mi Suerte were hits for this Puerto Rican singer, who died of AIDS in 1993. Ten seconds.
Juarez.
Wrong. Pat?
Dario.
Wrong. Tejas?
Pass.
Pass.
Okay. That is Hector Lavoe. Although, not certain, but that's the chat. Question 2 for Evan. The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear are the first 2 novels in the Kingkiller Chronicles, an incomplete trilogy by what author? Fans of this author have been waiting for over a decade for the novel The Doors of Stone, which will conclude the story of Kavoth.
Carlos Ruiz Zafon.
Could you say again, sorry?
Carlos Ruiz Zafon.
Incorrect. Tejas?
Pass.
Jason?
Patrick Rothfuss.
Correct. Patrick Rothfuss, author of the Kingkiller Chronicles. And question 3 for Evan. What is the surname of the Yale-educated lawyers Tim and Nina? The couple produce a once influential series of restaurant reviews, published in a recognizable red book. Ten seconds.
I have no idea. Michelin.
Correct. Tejas?
Zagat?
Correct. Tom and Nina Zagat. Zagat guides. So, question 1 for Pat. 3 questions to go. What Greek lyric poet went blind as a result of insulting Helen of Troy in his Palinode? The poet Anne Carson based her autobiography of Red on this man's Geryoneus. Ten seconds.
Homer.
Wrong. Evan?
Icarus.
Correct. Stesichorus. Question 2 for Pat. Born Muhammad Touré Silla, the great third ruler of the Songhai Empire, adopted what title? This is also the name of the dynasty that ruled the Songhai for the majority of its existence.
Musa.
Wrong. Tejas?
Askia.
Correct. Askia is an Askia Muhammad or the Askia dynasty. And question 3 for Pat. Despite being knocked down twice by Jersey Joe Walcott, what boxer was awarded a controversial split decision victory in 1947? This heavyweight won a record 25 consecutive title defenses.
Joe Lewis.
Correct, Joe Lewis. So, congratulations, Tejas. First place, Tejas with 15.
Great.
Pat in second, and a tie
Very
for
good.
third with Jason and Evan. I suppose normally we would do a tie break, but don't necessarily feel the need to subject you guys to it after
That's
that.
fine.
So, well played, everyone. Congratulations, all. So that's a new champion for first time in a while. So congrats, Tejas. Second time knocking on the door, I believe. Clap. Put your pogs in chat or whatever people do on Twitch these days. Thanks again to co-writers Dowd and George, and for editor Camilla, who helps make all the sets as readable as they are. Because heaven knows if we wrote them without her editing, they would be nonsense. Don't forget to sign up for the Midsummer League, which starts in 2 weeks' time. And if you want to do some online buzzer quiz, there's the QB League stats and links below. Thanks again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed reading it. This was another classic final, I think. Well played all. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for reading, Joey. And for
Cheers.
Thank you, Joey.